Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Falling on Christ. Sorry it's been a while, I know. We had finals last week and now we're here on spring break, and so it's been kind of busy. But for spring break, me and my friends, we decided to go to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which doesn't seem like a really ideal spring break destination, but it's been really fun. And we're actually here on our last day. But while we're here, one of the cool things that we're doing right now is we're actually visiting the cathedral here in town, which is absolutely gorgeous. You can see for yourself. And that's just on the outside. If you guys want to see pictures of the inside, I'll be uploading those to Facebook when I get back to the house that we're staying at. So yeah, that'll be there. Go check those out. There's some, it's absolutely gorgeous in there. And the coolest thing about this church is that on the inside they have this thing called the Door of Mercy, which you can walk through, and every single time you walk through those doors you receive an indulgence. And I'm not too, like, I don't know too much about the whole indulgence thing, but it's definitely something that I'm looking into, and hopefully we'll be able to fill you guys in a little bit more on. But I know that indulgences are, from what I understand at this point, they help you kind of help make up for some of your sins in heaven. And I know in the past there was problems with selling indulgences, which you cannot do, but yeah, that was history, so you can't do that anymore. But not that you ever really could, but anyway, one of the things about Lent, and because I had told you guys on the last video that I'd be telling you guys some of the more stuff about Lent that we don't really think about, is, and one of those things are we receive indulgences from our participation in Lent, which we kind of take for granted every year, but it's every year we have the opportunity to just receive these indulgences and help us get to heaven sooner. And it's such a great gift, but we take it for granted and we don't even have the time. We don't even know what's happening. Which is one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, is the great gifts of an indulgence. So, I mean, that's definitely one of the things that we get from Lent, is we get indulgences through the sacrifices that we make and through, you know, the extra things that we do for Lent. And it's really a beautiful opportunity. So again, I invite you guys, if you haven't been doing it, take that opportunity that you're being given right now and participate fully in Lent, wholeheartedly in Lent, and you can receive these graces. So yeah, that's one thing that we can get from Lent. Another thing that we get from Lent, which a lot of people also kind of look past, is the ability to work on our Catholic identity. Now, this is a really, really tough thing for me to talk about because it's something I'm very passionate about. So I know I can go kind of off the deep end with this. So I'm going to try and kind of keep this simple. But this is something we're increasingly having a problem with in our society today, is us as a Catholic society are losing our Catholic identity. And what that means is we're Catholic, you know, we believe in the Catholic faith, and we say, oh yeah, I guess I believe that stuff, but there's no, like, we're not passionate enough about it. We don't dive in deep enough to it. And we don't go out of our way to show it because we're too, especially in our culture today, we're too concerned with being, with saying things that are socially acceptable, socially acceptable, and, you know, or being politically correct, you know, things like that. And we're too concerned with making sure that everybody feels good, or like everybody feels loved and stuff. And great, that's great. We want everybody to feel loved. We want everyone to feel accepted. But the thing is, we cannot sacrifice other people's happiness for other people's salvation. And that's the thing, when it comes to telling the truth, when it comes to the truth of Christ and the truth of the Catholic faith, it's hard to hear, and it makes us uncomfortable, and that's why it challenges us. It's because it forces us to do things that we typically wouldn't want to do. It makes us go out of our comfort zone. But it's so important for us to be able to stand up and say, hey, I'm Catholic, I'm proud. And for us to not just say it, but to live our lives so that people will know that we are Catholic, that they will know that we are Christian. And one of the things that I've heard, there's a little story thing that I heard one time about, there's this girl who was put on trial, and she didn't know what for until the trial began. And the trial was about, like, she was being put on trial to see whether or not she was Christian. And so some of the things, the defense, you know, the people who were saying she was Christian, the prosecution that was saying that she was Christian, one of the arguments that they were making was about how she had gone to, like, these Bible camps and stuff, or she'd gone to church, she'd gone to youth group. But then the defense turned around and took those same examples and said, well, she only went to this camp because her boyfriend was there, or a guy that she really liked was there. Or she only went to church every Sunday because her parents made her. She only went to youth group because she had friends there, you know? She wasn't there to actually dive into her faith. And the question arose from that is, if you were put on trial for your faith, if you were being tried for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to prove you guilty of being a Christian, of being Catholic? And it's kind of weird to put it that way, but at the same time, like, it's really awesome. So that's one thing to think about. And another thing, I recently, a couple weeks ago, got to have an interview with Curtis Martin, who is the founder of Focus. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And I got to interview him when he was at the University of Mary a couple weeks back. And I asked him questions about finding your Catholic identity. And one of the things he compared it to was having Alzheimer's. It's like, if you lose your Catholic identity, it's like you don't know who you are. You're missing a part of yourself. You can't, like, fully be yourself without that truth. So, I don't know, I know this is a lot to think about, and I'll definitely be talking more about Catholic identity and stuff like that in future videos on how to get that back if you're losing it, how to make sure you don't lose it. So stay tuned in the future for that, but this is just a taste, and I just want you guys to know that this is something that Lent offers the opportunity for us to have, to participate. The more we participate in Lent, the stronger our Catholic identity becomes. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, if you guys want to see the inside of this beautiful cathedral right behind me, check out my Facebook page. It's on Falling on Christ, same as always. Follow me on Twitter, email me, you guys know the information. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.